Yo guys, what is up? It's me, NZE Visuals, back at it with another video. Today's video is going to be a very special one because I'm going to be reviewing the new Sony A7R IV. It's been out for quite some time now, but it's going to be a very good one today because I'm going to be doing both a landscape and as well as a cityscape / street photography review. So definitely drop a like and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. So let's get to it. I did also want to mention a big thank you to the people over at FocusCamera for lending me the 70-200 for this trip up here to New Hampshire. So definitely check them out. The link is going to be down in the description below. So let's go ahead and make our way up to Mount Willard and grab these fire shots. So coming from the D850, this camera is definitely a resolution bump. I do love that this camera is 61 megapixels, so it's going to be super sharp throughout the entire frame whenever I capture photos. Another cool thing that I do like about this camera is that when it comes to editing and post, I do like that I'm able to do heavy cropping and I'll still be able to retain a lot of detail throughout the entire frame. So when it comes to street photography or landscape photography like we're doing now, I'll still be able to retain a lot of details throughout the entire frame. So that's the benefit that this camera does have over the other competitors in the market at the moment. So fun fact, this is the highest full frame camera out in the market right now as we speak. So it does have the edge over every other competitor, like I said before. Another cool thing as well is that when you do go into APS-C mode, into crop mode, you are going to get 26 megapixels. So you are going to still be getting super sharp photos even when you're in crop mode. So it's going to be very good if you're looking to shoot and get a lot closer to your subject when you're in crop mode. So the files on this camera range anywhere from 125 megabytes and up, and especially if you do pixel shift mode on the camera, that'll tear up your memory card and it'll eat it up really quick. But the beauty about that as well is that you're going to have so much data in each of the photos that you're going to have endless possibilities when it comes to editing. You can bring down your highlights and raise up your shadows, and you won't really have to worry about too much noise when it comes to that. As you did see from the previous shot, I am on top of Mount Willard now, and the views from up here look super crazy. I'm really excited for the shots that I'm about to grab with the 70-200 and as well as with the 16-35 G Master. So just to give you an idea of what these views look, it's super insane. So it only took about 45 minutes. I'm gonna shoot a little bit more B-roll, grab a little bit more photos as well, and I'm gonna show you guys how that looks like right now. So let's get to that. Looking at the back of the camera, I'm excited how all the photos turned out. The 70-200 produced super good when I got up close to the mountains, and as well as with the 16-35, I'm glad that I was able to capture everything in the frame, and everything was super detailed because of such a high megapixel count, and as well as because I was shooting at a high f-stop. Nonetheless, guys, let's go ahead and push it back down, and let's go ahead and jump over to the next mountain. Yo guys, what's up? So I know I said I was going to go to Mount Washington yesterday, but I missed the last call to go up the mountain. So it's day 2 now, and we're gonna go up today. It's super early. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but it's all right because we're gonna push it through no matter what. I'm super excited because we're gonna get some really cool shots up there. I'm really hoping that we can probably catch some cloud coverage as well while we're up there. So let's go ahead and make this happen and get these bangers. So let's push through. So we're at the top of Mount Washington now, guys, and the views are insane. Look behind me, it just looks so beautiful. Like, it's honestly to die for. I have my hoodie on because I'm bald and I don't want to freeze the top of my head. But let's go ahead and go somewhere where it's less windy and keep talking about the new Sony A7R IV and what I love about this camera. So let's go ahead and push it on. The hoodie is off just for this segment, but I'm going to throw it back on after this because the top of my head is starting to freeze. But continuing on, what I do like about the new Sony A7R IV compared to other previous models is the new and improved tactile buttons. One thing that I do like about this new camera is the new and improved thumbstick. So when I do have the camera close up to my face, the thumbstick is a lot bigger and it is easier to move around. So that's one good thing that I do like about this camera. Another great thing is the new and improved grip. It is a lot more comfortable to hold in a hand for longer periods of time, and as well as when you do have bigger lenses like this, like the 70-200 or the 24-70 on your camera, it is a lot more comfortable to hold in a hand compared to other previous models. So let's go ahead and move it on to a new location because I feel like the wind is starting to pick up, and let's go ahead and go somewhere a little bit more quieter. I'm gonna end the video right here, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this landscape photography review. It's starting to get really windy up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to the new segment, which is gonna be street photography and cityscape reviewing on the new Sony A7R IV. I'm super out of breath up here. Let's go ahead and jump onto the new segment. Let's get to it. So we're back in New York, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed that scenery while I was up there in New Hampshire. It's been a few days now. I feel a little bit better, a little bit more recuperated and everything else. So we're gonna be testing out the new Sony A7R IV here in New York City, where we're gonna be doing a lot of cityscape and street photography. We're up here in the famous area where the movie Joker was shot. This is the famous staircase where the whole entire movie was kind of based off. So it's pretty exciting. So we're gonna try to catch some people going up the stairs and down the stairs. We're gonna try to catch some isolation. So let's go ahead and get these shots and stay tuned for the aftermath. Let's get to it. So I grabbed all my shots by the Joker stairs. It was pretty crazy. I'm gonna throw up a shot right here, right next to me. If you want to see the really good one that I did take, definitely go check out my Instagram. It's going to be down in the description below. But we're now going to push it on towards Chinatown, where we're going to test out the eye autofocus on this camera. So we're going to try to grab some street portraits and see if we get any luck with the eye autofocus. I have some pretty good luck with the Sony when it comes to IAF, when it comes to street photography. So let's go ahead and try our luck and see how it performs. So let's jump onto Chinatown. Let's get it. So I made it here to Chinatown, guys, and what better way to test out the new Sony A7R IV with autofocusing tests. I think this is a great place to shoot any street portraits or just try to catch emotion in general. So we're going to test out the eye autofocus to see if we're able to catch any portraits and nail focus with that. I do have the 28-75 on here for the Sony A7R IV. So let's go ahead and jump on the tests. I didn't bring my GoPro, unfortunately, because my bag was already stuffed. But nonetheless, guys, let's go ahead and grab these shots and I'll show you guys afterwards. Let's get it. So the new Sony A7R IV performed really good on the street photography test out in Chinatown. I'm really happy with the results that came out with the autofocus. I think that I nailed the subjects pretty good, and it picked up their faces and eyes really good as well. So for any quick action shots, I think that this camera does nail focus really good, especially with the Tamron 28-75. I think it performed phenomenal. So let's go ahead and move on. We're here in Central Park, where we're gonna get a little bit of mixture of cityscape shots in the background and a mixture of nature as well, since we're right here in the beautiful Central Park. So let's go ahead and mix that up in this video, and let's go ahead and get some really good shots. Sony A7R IV has an EVF of 5.7 million dots. It makes for previewing your images and your video really good inside the EVF. It's like looking at a monitor, but better. I just think in general it's way better to preview your photos or videos inside the EVF versus on the screen, as the screen isn't as high resolution as the EVF. When it comes to me, when it comes to taking pictures or videos, I preview everything in the EVF as it's crystal clear and super sharp. So let's go ahead and move on and talk about the stabilization on the new Sony A7R IV. So let's jump onto that. So we're here in Radio City where we're going to be testing out the Sony A7R IV for its stabilization. The good thing about this camera compared to its older predecessors is that you're going to be getting about 5.5 stops of handheld stabilization. So when it comes to situations like this where it's already dark, you're going to be getting some pretty detailed shots when you have to lower your shutter because of the stabilization. So we're going to get some shots here, and then we're going to move it down to the underground where we're going to get some train movement. So let's go ahead and jump onto that. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the shots that I did get at Radio City and as well as here in the underground. We're going to go ahead and move away from the positives that this camera does have, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the cons that this camera faces. And one of the big cons is definitely the menu system. It's definitely not up to par on like how Nikon's or Canon's menu system is very fluid. We're able to search for what you're trying to find. The other con is definitely the camera not being fully touchscreen. I came from the Nikon D850 where I was able to pinch the zoom on my photos and as well as navigate through the menu system by the touch of my finger. Maybe in the future update they'll be able to implement that, but until next time, we'll just have to wait for that. So that's a wrap on today's video, guys. I definitely had a great time filming the review of the new Sony A7R IV up in New Hampshire from doing landscape photography and as well as coming back down to New York to film the street photography portion of this video. It was definitely a challenge because I was definitely feeling a bit under the weather, but I pushed through no matter what. So definitely hit the like button, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what was your favorite part of your guys' video. And as always, guys, keep creating.